to Lord of the Rings for the Commodore Amiga. We've been tasked to play this game this week, and I am going into it almost completely fresh. I have done a little bit of preliminary research and have found a reference card over at Lemon Amiga, which I will pull up right now. I actually had this open and I forgot, and I closed the window. So we'll pull this up as we're just getting started here. This was a tough one to find. There's no WHD version, which I guess we've just been spoiled because I'm so used to having WHD versions. So anyway, we'll stick that over there like so. And I should probably turn up my volume a little bit. There we go. And maybe turn up the main mix just a tad. There we go. Let's see if all right, that looks pretty good. Okay, and I guess we should go ahead and just in case we should take a look at the Hall of Lights to get the full manual, just in case there's copy protection we have to deal with. I think there are words of power, aka spell names, that we need to find, so we'll do that. Does not look like there is a manual available on Hall of Light. Okay, so I believe, I think that this is not the right. Hold on, so here we go. I think this is what we want. Got a plain text version of the file here. You know, I did okay on really the eBay round killed me from the beginning because I missed almost every single one of those, and I knew there was no crawling my way back. I should have done the smart thing, is just not answered those, because you can't know those things really. Yeah, maybe I do have to. Let's check this out. Let's see what this PDF looks like. Hey Frodo, how's it going, man? Pixie, you're doing pretty well though. You had a couple of answers where you were first out of the gate. So, all right, here is the real manual. So we're good to go. We've got the real manual, we've got the reference card, we've got you guys, Lord of the Rings experts. So we should be able to beat this game in the next hour or so, I think. 34th is not bad when you consider there's like 190 people playing or something like that. Okay, so Lord of the Rings. Here's something that I actually had forgotten and only recently remembered. This is and I'll talk about this on the show, so spoilers. But I bought this game. This was one of the few PC games that I bought, and I bought it when I was like a sophomore in high school or so, sophomore or junior. And I remember getting this game, bringing it home, and not knowing what to do, just being totally lost and confused. I don't know that the game ever really ran correctly. I was trying to run it, I mean, I suppose that this would have run on more modern hardware, like a computer, like a Pentium 1. But anyway, the game I was not impressed with. So, but one thing I did notice was that these games were single density discs, which I didn't have any of. All my discs were double density. and I think they were 880K. And I guess that may be what a single density disc is. So anyway, this was around the same time, and it's funny because Kate has just dropped into the chat. This was about the same time that I purchased, my very first large eBay purchase was a Mac Plus with a hard drive and some other things, a printer. I paid less than $100 for this, so this was back before Mac values went through the roof. But anyway, I needed some blank floppies to write to because I was under the impression that I could just write games to floppy from the internet somehow. I can't really remember how I was going to do this, but anyway, I used my Lord of the Rings discs I overwrote the game to write Mac files onto discs that did not work. So that was the end of Lord of the Rings. That was the end of the Mac Plus, trying to do stuff with that. And I'd forgotten completely about that story until just about 30 seconds ago when I fired this game up. So, yeah. So hopefully we'll have a good time with Lord of the Rings today. He's leaving now. Yeah, the game was that bad. I want to say that I think I bought this game used at the local comic and card shop. They went into business buying and selling random things before they went out of business. And I don't know if I didn't have the manual or if I just didn't have the patience, or maybe the game is just not that good, but. Kate, I saw your little Mackie teaser. Super exciting. I can't wait for the next one, man. It can safely be said that they did not share Bilbo's sense of humor. He doesn't look anything like Elijah Wood. Wow, yeah, he definitely appeared. Frodo's like, you're sort of creeping me out here, Gandalf, with your, like, appearing with your arm around my shoulder. Ho, 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 ho. That was pretty good. Little animation there. Casting the ring into the fire. You can hold it. It's quite cool, I assure you. It's a good question, Frodo. I do not know the answer. Aragon, thousands of years ago. Boy, we're really getting the story here. There's a lot of exposition. I like it. Oh, he's the same age as I am. Look at this blue sash that Gandalf is wearing. It's striking. I like it. That's right, Frodo. This is pretty good, summation of what's going on. The top 30 characters mentioned in Lord of the Rings. Boy, towards the end of that list, I would be making up names, I can tell you that. Yeah, so you're just a couple years older than Aaron. You're not that old, Frodo. My grandmother, who I just finished speaking to on the phone, was born in 1923, and she's still sharp as a tack. I kind of feel like Gandalf does wish to become the Dark Lord. Yeah, I mean, you were only 1 when Woodstock happened. You're not that old, Frodo. I don't know, do they know about Woodstock in the Netherlands? Did that cross the Atlantic? I believe that Rivendell is spelled in... Does Rivendell have 2 L's? What do you think, Pix? You're the resident Lord of the Rings expert here. Two L's, okay. I would have gone the other way on that one. Nice music going on here. I mean, it's a good use of sound effects and music combined. Look at Sam, smoking his pipe, dropping some eaves. Yeah, Frodo, with your name, I figure you're a slight Lord of the Rings expert too. You should call your grandmother, Kate. She would love to hear from you. Today it's very cold in West Virginia. It is unseasonably cold for the middle of May. I think it might have froze last night. All right, we want to begin a new game. Yep. I think I mentioned on the show last night that I continuously loop it in audiobook form, except I don't listen to any of the... I'll tell you what I do. I listen to all of the first book, the first half of the second book, and then I skip to like the middle of the third book. Just because the Gollum's voice is so... I mean, it sounds like Gollum. Like, Rob Inglis does a great job, but that is not exactly soothing and help me to sleep. So I skip those parts. So I've listened to the aforementioned parts many times, but those middle books, especially when they're just sort of wandering through Mordor and like the beginning of Return of the King, it just kind of drags. That is warm. It's supposed to get that around that temperature later on this week here in West Virginia. Well, folks, it's hard to know exactly if we're... I mean, we do have drive sounds. I think there's a couple. There's a dramatized version, and then there's this read by one author, and that's the one that I prefer, the Rob Inglis version. Of course, those are, but I mean, I just think he's the perfect voice for it. All right. Say goodbye to Baggins. Sam and Pippin are next to you. Okay. They want to accompany you to the Buckland Ferry. Right off the bat, I see a problem because Sam and Pippin look exactly like me. So this is definitely going to be there's going to be confusion. Okay. Now here's a question. Are they automatically in my party, or do I need to get them to join with me? Or do I have to click on each one and move him individually? Okay, right-clicking brings up the menu. Okay. That's the way to do it, Zorglub. And it's daytime. So already we've left the realm of the books. Look at this. This is like become a cult guru. All right. They're still not following me. The other members of your party will follow you at their own pace. Okay, well, is there a map? Boy, every time it brings up the this thing, there you get some disk action. That's true. They join at their own in their own time, in their own way. What is this? Okay, got some hit points. This is coming back to me. I remember not getting much further than this when I bought this game and being tremendously disappointed that I'd paid money for it. Okay, well, is there a map in the manual? Let's take a look at the manual here. It's in my Chrome window. I'm just gonna... There's a lot of backstory. Okay, there is a map. And I can see that Bag End is way up here. Okay. So we need to get to Buckland Bridge, I would guess, which is 13. Okay, so I'm just going to drag this map over here. Okay, and if I head due south, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to. Oh, okay, nighttime. Okay, hedge in the way. That's all right. If you would like to follow along with me on the map, I can bring that up real quick. Let's see, where did I find it? PDF. Yeah. I'll copy and paste this in the chat, so if you guys would like to help me navigate. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Okay. All right, so really I just need to find this next road. Boy. Like I said, it's a good one to play as you're trying to wind down, go to bed. Hey, it's you. Okay. Now there is a parser in this. Oh, I thought there was a parser. I guess not. Thank you. That's very useful. Oh, okay. We get another option here. About what? Let's go back to our Ultima days. All right, this guy is not helping us out. Okay. One click per step. All right, so let's see. I will give the game this. The Shire is huge. The actual map of the Shire, I mean, it's massive. Oh, I was clicking and I missed something. I hope it wasn't important. So what are the restrictions like right now in the Netherlands? Frodo, have they opened anything back up yet? Oh man, I see that wall on the map. Oh, jeez. I guess I have a bunch of extra clicks that I'm working my way through here. All right, am I all caught up on the clicks? See, I don't really think I need to talk to these guys. Like, you know, if we're following the plot of the book, he's supposed to kind of be escaping in secret. So we'll just move on. I guess there is a path by the river, although I don't really see it. Number 5 is Hobbiton Inn. Number 6 is the Green Dragon. Number 7 is Great Roads Goods. I wonder if I'm expected to purchase some... Do I have an inventory? I posted the ADFs in Discord pics. Oh, okay. He's got skills. Climbing skills, Hobbit lore skills, jump skills. He's got no weapon. I can't remember what I did to trigger... That's pick up. That's drop. Well, let's go with drop, and that should give me my inventory. Maybe I don't have any inventory. Okay, whatever. Okay, that doesn't sound too much different than what's going on here in the States. Of course, every state is totally different, so it's hard to say that. But in West Virginia, I believe that either next week or the week after next, they're going to start opening up those sorts of establishments again. They are encouraging people to wear masks here, but a lot of people aren't. Okay. So I believe... Okay. So this is not the road, obviously. I need to go down one. Oh man. I'm lost in the shrubbery. Can I break through? Oh, I can do it. Yeah, I guess if you want your cynical, sarcastic, biased sources, that's where you should go to. If you want entertained, I guess those are the shows to watch. Yeah, you're watching the same thing just on the other side when you do that. But like we talked about in Discord, I think a lot of people derive comfort knowing that they're not in America at this time. And if that makes you feel sort of like warm and snuggly inside, go for it. Talk. Yeah, most Europeans automatically suspect that they would be left-wing in the United States. I don't know if that's true or not. I find that grouping people into binary categories is sort of a ridiculous exercise. Oh. I wonder if there's fast travel in this game. Yeah, the two-party system definitely does not help things. I agree with you. Yeah, so it's like, you queue up your clicks accidentally, and then when text shows up on the screen, it just goes right by. But Frodo, there are definitely some right-wing Europeans out there, even within your own country. They probably don't have the mouthpiece that they have here in the United States, but they're out there. Yeah, I think that a lot of it goes with what you're exposed to, what, and it also depends again. Like, what does it mean to be left wing? What does it mean to be right wing? Can you believe in socialized healthcare and have and be and want to put limits on immigration? Does that make you left wing or right wing? It's like I said, it's a ridiculous exercise. Oh, jeez, it happened again. I find it funny that one can even assume to speak for a continent of I don't know what, 500 million people live in Europe. I mean, and you got to remember too, like think about Poland, think about Hungary. If you think populist governments only exist in the United States, it's not right. Well, now I've gotten completely lost. Not bad picks. That's about your that's about, well, that's about normal for you, isn't it? Okay. So we are approaching a body of water, but I don't see that body of water on the map. I just find it interesting that you guys can both speak for your country in such a confident way. Like, I would never make any claims about, like, in the United States, things are like this. Maybe it's because it's a size thing. You know, the America is so big and so populated. You can't just make broad generalizations like that with a country like ours. There are so many shades of, you know, people. There are so many people that have so many different complex ideas politically that it's very difficult to do that. Like somebody that lives in West Virginia, where I live, and somebody that lives in Silicon Valley. I mean, it might as well be two different countries. Okay, we've reached a bend. Okay, I think I know where we are. Let's look. So there is that tree right there. Okay, I'm gonna go back the other way. Yeah, I could definitely make more generalizations about West Virginia than I could about the United States in general. But when you have a, like, Kate, you live in Texas, right? I mean, look at Texas and put it up against Europe. Texas is like half of Europe, and so you know it's geographically it's just insane how big some of our states are. Everywhere is coal country in West Virginia, Kate. I live like 25, 30 minutes from a mine. No, my dad's a chemical engineer. The chemical industry in this area of West Virginia was huge. This is what Union Carbide had a big plant here, and then Dow was here. A French company called Romplank was here. Bayer, but all those operations have moved overseas or have shuttered. I think that's true everywhere, Frodo. If you look at, especially because the countryside, I guess it just depends on how far away the countryside is from the city, too. Because again, if you've got a small country, the countryside at any one time might only be an hour's drive from the city. So at which point can you really call yourself from the countryside? The media plays up differences between the two parties because they know that's what gets you to watch the media. Ever since I was born, the news has said there is now more polarization between the two parties than at any point ever in the history of the world. So I'm hoping that as we traverse up the river, we're going to hit a bridge. This is going to be the first of two bridges that we need to cross to escape. Yeah, and I mean that's the way it always is. Like, I know I consider myself to be sort of a centrist. I know lots of people on both sides, and I know very intelligent people on both sides. People that are nuanced and reasoned and intelligent and soft-spoken and are really strong in their convictions. I don't think that the political party that you ascribe to, at least the American political party, that is Republican versus Democrat in the classical sense, determines whether you are, say for example, a racist or a bigot or somebody that hates poor people or etc. If we had a political party like the Nazi Party, of course, to go right to the main example, things would be different. But as they're actually laid out, the Republican Party in the classical sense means, small government, more statewide control. The Democratic Party is the opposite. There's no inherent evil in either of those two positions. Yeah. Of course, the president is one person that was elected in a and represents the many for good or for ill. And again, I'm firmly convinced that the only reason that Trump is president is because it was a binary contest between two people that were both hated by many people. And so and it looks like we're getting set up with another one of those contests here in the fall. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Did we cross that bridge? We did, right? And we went down, and now we got to go up. Yeah, I mean, like, I really don't know what we're supposed to be doing in the Shire, other than just getting out of the Shire. Maybe scroll up real quick just to make sure that there's no, like... Okay, well, it says that we need to go to Great Roads Goods first. We've already come too far. I think we can stock up in Brie. Because really, like, what does Frodo need anyway, just as I still don't really understand how Biden ended up on top. It boggles the mind how the party that has proclaimed from the rooftops about inclusiveness, diversity, etc., somehow elected a 78-year-old white man to represent them. Yeah, and the thing is, and the thing that the media feeds into, which is why I don't participate, is that it doesn't do anything to incentivize reasonable debate. All it does is incentivize advertising dollars. It's like, what can we put on to make people watch us? Part of the problem is, well, I would say part of the problem is that there's no national, broadcasting association. There's no BBC in America. But if you look at the BBC these days, I mean, people's confidence in the BBC, I was just reading in The Economist, especially among the sort of, poorer, immigrant, low-wage people in England, the trust level is way down. And now, I guess with coronavirus coverage, the increase or the faith in the BBC has been somewhat increased. But I know that that there's been talk of privatizing the BBC, which I don't know if it would be a good thing or not. When you consider it's so hard to really represent a nation as diverse as England is with one voice. You're right, it shouldn't matter, Jost 80, but it does. Like there have been great victories as a result of policies like affirmative action in terms of getting people into institutions that they never would have gotten into. So it's in a perfect world, what you look like, how old you are, none of that stuff would matter. But if you're trying to set an example for others about what can be possible, then it does, and it's a hard thing to deal with for sure. NPR has some good programming. They are probably the closest thing to the BBC. And our local NPR station is actually very good. The states all have their own public radio. And it's really the only way that you can get in-depth reporting on what's going on in West Virginia. And I would say that even though they lean, I would consider them to be somewhat left-leaning. They try and give people on the other side a voice, and I appreciate that. I think that the network news stations like NBC, CBS, and ABC, their nightly news broadcasts are pretty balanced as well, because they know. It's sort of the opposite of the cable news, where when you tune into the cable news, you know what you're getting into. If you turn on MSNBC or Fox or whatever. But I guess because of the way that advertising dollars are spent in local stations, they want to appeal to both sides, because our country really is split down the middle. Yeah, I agree with that, Frodo. All right, we've just crossed another bridge. Let's see what happens. So this is a downward-facing bridge. Yeah, we're almost at the ferry. Buckland Ferry is right below us. It's an exciting time, guys. Yeah, that is the that is a way to look at it for sure, Duncan. It's the same way as Margaret Thatcher privatizing British Petroleum and the rail. On the one hand, you look at it and you say, well, these are very, very expensive operations for the government to run. The government can't compete with the private organizations that are doing the same thing, and so they can't attract the best talent. So they're not going to be competitive, and we basically have to subsidize them. It's really difficult when you have two different systems, one public and one private, and they're set up to compete against each other. The NHS doesn't have that problem. There are, of course, there are private insurers in the UK, but they dwarf, with the monolith of the NHS. But like if you look at, Sky versus the BBC, Sky News versus BBC News. I mean, there's so much more funding, but at the same time, you know, the BBC is given really a substantially large budget to operate. So it's a tough call. It really is. Let's see. Now that's odd. Are we going to get to the ferry this way? Yeah, that's a great show. I've heard that several times. Before I got more into podcasts, I would listen to a lot more NPR. I think that Ira Glass is an institution. I mean, he set the standard for sort of like modern American radio broadcasting. With This American Life. I mean, it's just so slick and so well produced, and now everybody copies his style, except for the Amigos, of course. All right, we're here. It's Buckleby Ferry. This is just like the movie. We're not going to see Farmer Maggot. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, but mushrooms is right. Okay, so let's talk to this guy. Maybe he can call the ferry for us. Okay, so we will go to right click, talk. Take me with you. Who is this guy? Is that Mary? Man, he's a freaking elf. Do hobbits have pointy ears? I guess they do too, right? I'd forgotten that hobbits had pointy ears. Okay, so we'll recruit. Now, Pippin and Sam have not followed me. Oh, I forgot I have to get out of this. Well, I feel like we need... Well, Mary's gone. No, he's following me. Maybe he came with me. Yeah, you make a good point, Duncan. I think, I think energy and transport are good candidates for public ownership, for sure, for sure. Well, this is definitely one of the sequences. The film sequence is much more dramatic than the books, with the chase and everything like that. So I think that Peter Jackson actually made some improvements over the book. That might be heresy to say, but there are a couple places where I'm like, yeah, that is better, the way that they did that. Okay. No, I don't want to cross. Are you with me? All right, Mary's with me. We got Mary. So I guess I should have recruited Pippin and Sam at the very beginning. Holy cow, did it take a long time to get here, and how much do I not want to go back to get Pippin and Mary? Sorry, guys, you're not going to make it this time on the Grand Adventure. I'm going to have to kill the Witch King myself. Which means, I guess, Mary's going to have to go to Mordor with the ring. All right, so we've crossed the ferry. 15 is Brandy Hall. That looks like it's above us. The hedge gate to the old forest. Okay. Yeah. I don't know that I've played a game that has movement quite like this before. I mean, even Ultima, the movement was similar, but the towns were so much smaller. This is really, I mean, in a way, it's quite impressive that they built such a big place. With so many, there are tons and tons of buildings in the Shire. I wonder, way up at the north of the Shire, there's actually Buckland Bridge. And I wonder if we can even sidestep going to the Old Forest at all and take the high road to Bree. Now, no, I mean we got to get through the the Old Forest first, and then Tom Bombadil moves in with the rubbish. Hey ho, merry doll, me hearties. Oh, Tom Bombadil. Actually, I really like the Tom Bombadil part of the book. I know lots of people hate it, but I like it. When you listen to the audiobook version, Frodo, the songs really come alive. Rob, I guess, knew Tolkien, and he sang some of those songs for Tolkien at some point, and Tolkien was like, yep, he approved them. I read that somewhere. I didn't just make it up, I promise. Okay, gate to the Old Forest. It's got to be up here somewhere. If I could remove anything from the books, it would be the whole... I think that the whole Barrow Wights sequence... Peter made a good choice of... see, again, you know, these things come up, and... I bet you Mary's got the key. I bet you Mary's got the key. Okay. Okay. Well, let's consult the manual. How does The Hobbit translate to Dutch, Frodo? Oh, let's look at my... Okay. No. Choose who? How do I... Okay. So apparently what I wanted to do... No, because I guess Mary's already selected here. Yeah, I can understand. If I was bilingual, I would. Why would you read the language in something other? Why would you read a book in another language and other than what it was written in? Everybody always says to really, enjoy Dostoevsky or any of the Russian guys that you've got to learn Russian. But it might be a little late for me in that. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Maybe perception? Or maybe I really wish that we could recall that if I sort of approach it again, do you think that text will reappear? Like slowly sneaking up on it. Nope. That is... Oh, yeah. Oh! That time I promise that I did not click an extra time and it still went away. Sorry. Approaching. Not clicking extra times. There we go. Sardock always keeps the key with him. Okay, at least we don't have to go too far to Brandy Hall. Maastricht. Interesting. So there are multiple languages spoken in the Netherlands, Frodo? Let's go back to the map. Oh yeah, I can't argue with that, Pix. I mean, everything's here. Literally everything is here. I'm having to skip down to the map again because I don't want to get lost. There we go. Okay, so yeah. I think that 15 is Brandy Hall. Well, shoot. Oh. I do not know. I don't know where it ends story-wise. Oh, it's Lobelia Baggins. That's weird. Let's change leaders. Okay. I never thought that Lobelia would be hanging around. Maybe she doesn't want to talk to me. I guess that makes sense. Can I recruit her? Would you like to come? No. I thought about doing that before, Pix. I've looked at some things, some Lord of the Rings online materials. The idea, you know, MMOs are something that I love. Oh, what? Oh. Oh, okay. Well, you picked the perfect time to raid Retro Man Cave. We were just playing. Oh, okay. I'm actually really glad because. Yeah, let's plan on that next week, Neil. We've just been playing Lord of the Rings, and this is a crazy game. We spent, how long? About an hour just getting from Hobbiton to the Buckleby Ferry, and then we made it all the way to the gate of the Old Forest, and we found out we needed a key, so we went back to Brandy Hall, but then Lobelia shows up, and I saw something about the sheriff, but it popped up so fast that I couldn't react, and then it crashed back to the blue screen. So, yeah. Well, I think that that's given us kind of a good look at what this looks like. However, what I would like to look at is there's actually a Super Nintendo version of this game, and I would like to give it a play just to compare. So if you guys will bear with me for just a second, we'll fire this up and we'll see how it compares to the other version there. So yeah, she does. Hey Neil, I had a great time at your quiz today. It was super fun. I liked all the categories except for the eBay one, I gotta be honest, but everything else was great. Let's see, Lord of the Rings, maybe it's under T. No, it's under F. Surely, I've never not been able to find a, yeah, man, I don't see it. Wow, that's wacky. I guess I'll just have to download the ROM that I've legally dumped real quick. So this is also by Interplay. I believe that it's totally different though, in terms of the graphical style and everything. So, get this back up. Yeah, well, it's fun because there's the whole push your luck element where if you're not really sure if you know the answer or not, but you go ahead and give it a shot, you know, and if you miss out, you lose points, obviously. But I don't think you ever really fall into a situation where you feel like you can't come back, at least to some extent. Actually, there was a glitch. Let me get my window going here real quick. There was a glitch and I lost my progress on the quiz. I had an internet issue. And when I came back, I was actually in a higher place because I was so far in the negatives. All right. Yeah, the joystick round was great. The music round was great. I like trains. I'm all about trains, so. Book 1, Chapter 1. Probably help if I plugged in my controller. I was watching your PC Engine video, Neil, where you first you forgot to plug in the power, and then you forgot to plug it into the TV. Then it worked. It was great. So intro-wise, the Amiga version is much better. This is no good, just the turning pages of the book. I don't like that at all. Okay, let's fast forward. Do need to configure my controller real quick. All right. EA. Oh, jeez. All right. I'm gonna grab my 360 controller. I've been having issues with my PlayStation controller lately. I don't know what's going on with it, but it registers double inputs. It does weird things. So we'll just go with the old standby. Actually, you know what? We'll go with this. We'll go with this. This is the Blue Buffalo USB pad. It's actually a really good SNES clone controller. If you're looking for something like that, it's only about 15 bucks. But the quality is excellent, so I recommend it, except for the fact that it's not working. Let's try again. I might have to restart. Let's try again. we got it now. We're in business. Okay. All right, we're done with the intro. Hey, Retro Jerry, how you doing, man? I wonder if he's going to give that the line about half as much as I think you do and not. Nope, he's not. This is the end. Boy, that unexpected party didn't look too party-like. So maybe we weren't supposed to go to the Buckland. I mean, it's just really weird. Like, this time, you know, just to mix it up, why don't we try and go across Brandywine Bridge? Yeah, this is the Super Nintendo version. We were playing the Amiga version before. I guess I should update my stream. SNES. This is the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Pix. Wow, that was not like the book. Okay, and we got some options. All right, let's do it. So it was clear that this was supposed to be a multi-volume affair. The SNES, is that what they called it in Holland? Yeah, that was like a third-person action game, wasn't it, Pix? Okay, well this is immediately tons better than the Amiga version. It's got Wii's in it. Should I read what these people are saying? Look at that. We got direct action too. Look at this. So there, you know, the SNES is a 4-button controller. X gives you that, whatever that is. You got thrust, parry. You have not equipped an item at this time. The Amiga version is really, really, really slow moving. You move one frame at a, it's like an ultimate game. Think about an ultimate game. But you're traversing what appears to be a 1-to-1 scale ratio of the Shire. There's no background music, there's no animation. Your Hobbit character looks exactly like Pippin, Merry, and Sam. Okay. Wonder if you can, are these, no, you can't go in the doors. Now, I'm probably not going to give the game, this game an A on sprite variation, but there's still some. It's obvious already that this is going to be a, well, I don't know, because we never even got to combat. I mean, okay, there's Sam. Oh my gosh, it's one of these. Who could forget the time before Frodo went out to save the world that he helped Sam find the old gaffer's reading glasses? I recall that part of the book with great fondness. That's right, Pix. Oh no is right. I wonder if this is going to turn into some kind of like Where's Waldo-like pixel hunt. I know. I'm pushing buttons because I don't know what to do, game. Just leave me alone. Is this maybe one of these games where you talk to somebody one time and then you can never talk to them again? What was that, the Zelda-like game for the Amiga that we played that was like that? That's right, Lord of the Fetch Quest. Okay. Well, it'll be interesting to see if we can actually get out or not. Spirits Legacy, that's right. Well, I've traversed this whole town. Oh, I guess, okay. We haven't been over here yet. Is that Pippin? No, it's Rod Baker. Okay, I'm up for it. Let's go. Yeah, this is not too bad. I'm already having about 1 billion more times fun with this than the Amiga version, I'm sorry to say. I know people think it's like a thing that I always rag on the Amiga version because like I don't like the Amiga, but like a lot of times it's just like, it's not as good. Now, in all fairness, I believe that this game came out. Does somebody want to check and see what year the Amiga version came out? Because this game might be several years older than the Amiga version. Ooh. And I'm guessing that that 8 is my hit points. No, I don't know. I don't know where my life bar is. Is that a cave? No. Yes. I'm not a big fan of the color palette in this game. It's very muted. Interesting. Okay, Frodo, and what year did the Super Nintendo version come out? Yeah, this game is so dark, I can't, sometimes it's hard to tell what's a door and what's not. I guess I've fully explored this cave. Yeah. So it's only natural that this version is going to look and play better. Very atmospheric sounds. Kind of reminds me of Gods, like the background sound in Gods. Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely more Zelda-ish for sure. The I wish that we could have gotten farther in the Amiga version, but I mean, you just can't play a game for 45 minutes and not have anything happen. It just, like, why would I ever want to go through that again? It took so long, and it wasn't as if we didn't know where we were going either. I mean, I might have gotten lost one time. Ooh, what's this thing? Oh, I need to stop pressing the A button. I pushed select there, okay. So we do have some stats and things, so it is sort of role-playing-ish, action role-playing. like a chrysalis or something. I like the fact that it doesn't have music all the time, but it goes back and forth. Look at that snake. Oh yeah. I wonder if this is where the gaffer's reading glasses are. Seems only natural that he would lose them in here. Yes! Mmm! Nailed it. That's right. Got you, snake. One of my big problems with games is like when they give you an area to explore, but they don't necessarily. Oh, look at this! They don't necessarily tell you, you know, what if you want to be like. I don't have a problem with giving me a huge open world, but tell me like if you want to get to the main quest first, this is what you need to be doing. And there's all this other stuff, you know. Oh, man, how great is that? That we've got like an auto-equip system where, well, it automatically upgrades you and gets rid of what you don't want. So I guess there's no money mechanic in this game, but that's okay. You don't need a money mechanic. You know, as you find better stuff, it just automatically upgrades. I'm a fan of that. That's cool. So I'm glad I went in that cave, but I'm ready to leave. I don't like the fact that there's no on-screen health bar. I'm at 3 of 11, so I got to get out of here. Sweet mushroom. Oh, don't tell me that's not an exit. Wonder how I get to. Oh, maybe. How do I equip an item? Oh, I just saved my state. Okay, so I guess 3. That is my health. I've just leveled up. I wonder if I die, if I lose everything. We're gonna find out. Just like that. Now this is interesting. You've got both a password and an inventory code. Have you guys ever seen a game that does that before? Do I still have, all right, yeah, and looks like I still have all my stuff too, right? So that's cool. I'll take like having to start over where I wanted to go back to over having to start over from scratch any day of the week. See if there's an update with Sam and the glasses situation. Yeah, he was a real spelunker, old Frodo Baggins. What's up, Wolf? How do you think we might go about finding the gaffer's reading glasses? Do you think it's possible that he... I mean, it would be nice if we could talk to the gaffer. I don't think the gaffer is available for conversation at the moment. Is that the gaffer down there? Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, I need to know where your glasses are. Where did you last see your glasses? What do you think, guys? Do you think that the glasses might be in some cave, and that's what we've been sent to? It sure would be nice to know. Let's talk to another random old person. They often know the belongings of others. Let's see. No, we talked to him before. Yeah, I wish that... where's the parser in this game? That's what I want to know. Rosie, seduce Sam. This game desperately needs a text parser. All right, let's set off north. Man, it's hard to get your weapon to line up correctly. Hey, Pippin. All right, I got you this time, Wolf. Okay, I killed all the wolves. This is, I mean, this is less frustrating than the Amiga version, but it's still pretty frustrating. It's a little known fact that wolves do not have the ability to run diagonally. Just straight horizontal and vertical lines. It's like a blocked up cave. Yeah, we've traversed this whole area. Well, I guess I haven't been way up here in the top, nope. Sort of weird that this is a walled off area. It's like a wolf pen. It's the old Shire wolf pen, you know. Hey, Wing Chun, what's going on, man? Ah, that's no good. I have a feeling that if you could somehow extricate all of the awfulness of the Amiga version and boil it down to what the game actually is asking you to do, just from reading the manual of the Amiga game, it would be great. Like, it literally follows the plot of the thing, but man, it was just so. You know what? I want to go back. Because I'm a glutton for punishment, I want to go back to the Amiga version. Get rid of that. And I just want to see if I can take the Brandywine Bridge. I feel like if we can at least make it out of the Shire, we'll have done all right. I give this game high marks on the intro sequence, though. Way, way, way better than the Super Nintendo version. Look at that. That's so cool. I believe that there is a way that you can skip the intro. Let me quickly find that real quick. Press the escape key. Okay. It says some events in this game are time related, so you have to do certain things in the day or the night. Yeah, I mean, this really looks deep. Which, I mean, I'm not surprised. What happens if I say an old game? Okay. That's true. I've heard that. Although I guess, you know, like in the main battle, like where the Witch King dies, that's during the day. I guess they're a day-night. They're like the Urukai. They fear neither day nor night. Disk loading. I could have put this on the GoTech, thrown it on the 600. I did not. I was afraid that I was going to need to be using save states. And so decided to go with the emulator. What's going on, Picard? Greetings. Oh, man. This brings me back to the glory days of the Spectrum stream. Yeah, I actually thought that the game had crashed the first time that this happened. Thanks for the host, Picard. Appreciate it. Really? Interesting. Did they make any additional changes, or is it just a straight up port? Okay. Hey, Christian. Wow, it is very spooky. Wow, that will take you a while, Picard. Okay, first things first. Time to recruit these guys. Okay, so just by doing that, they will follow me. Okay, now the bad news is that if I want to get Mary, I have to go all the way down to Buckleby Ferry and then go all the way back up. Now, let's see. Let me consult the map again. There may be an easier way. Okay, I think there's an easier way. Let's go ahead and experiment, though. Let's go down to Great Roads Goods and let's attempt to buy some things, just to see how the buying of goods works in this game. Man, they just start. This is. No, but I will try that. Neither the arrow keys nor the cursor keys move. Only the click of the mouse. Yeah, I wasn't kidding, Retro Jerry. And this world is massive. Do you know if they changed anything else, Pix, other than the movement? Like, did they streamline anything else? Moving right along. Oh, it's Lobelia. This could be game over already. We're meeting her early and often here. Dang it. Look at that, we got some crazy artifacting going on up there at the top of the screen. Okay. Man. Let's try going out and coming back in. I've clicked too much and I've got to expend all my extra clicks. Can you post a link? Okay. Old Gaffer Gamgee. Okay, but we really need to keep going south. Oh, we really just made it to the end of the lane? Wow, okay. Okay, I'm going to click on this. Check it out here. Oh, this needs the original game, so it's not something you can just launch on your own. Yeah. So we're supposed to give the key to Lobelia. However, I don't know how to access my inventory. As far as I know. Okay. Okay, there's the back end key. So let's give the key. That's why we got arrested earlier. Because we didn't give the key to Lobelia. We took a shortcut. Last time we played, we went around the hedge. And so Lobelia caught up with us and brought the sheriff with her and arrested us, and that's why we crashed out to the blue screen. Man, that is the worst problem with this game, is that that is no good. Okay. Bag and key. Oh, I see. You gotta go S. No. U. E. I thought this was going to be easier. Ours at last. Okay. So now we can play without fear. The only fear is dying of boredom. Yeah, you're right, Neil. It definitely looks better than Ultima 5. So is that next phase of the graphics. I'm guessing that nobody in chat played this back in when it was released. You can queue up a lot of clicks and then just sort of. Oh, I need to go back to my map. Yeah, I'm confused about where we are on the map right now. So there's a T on the road right there. We definitely need to pass by a bridge before we do anything else. We need to pass it going south. I remember that guy. He was useless. Okay. We still haven't passed the bridge going south yet. Unless we've gone too far south. There's nothing on the map where the road bends in that... Well, yeah, I guess there is. Well, see if we can get back up to where that text prompt will tell us something. Okay. Okay, yeah, I know where we are. All right, it seems like pathfinding is... Okay, good. He would just... Yeah. Well... Okay, and we are... Here's the bridge. We are just passing... That's an unmarked building. Okay, so... Okay, right across the bridge. Yeah, we need to go down to the next junction and turn left. So there's... This is where the game gets confusing because on the map... Well, let's go down one more block. There should be a road right after these houses that we turn left at. Okay, there is. Okay, so far so good. Everything's lining up with what's on the map. Okay, so that's nothing. Then the next building is going to be the Hobbiton Inn. Yeah, no kidding, Wing Chun. You just wonder what the people that made this game were thinking. Like, surely these people had played games before. And, like, how would they think that this would be an enjoyable experience right out of the gate? Yeah, you're right, Frodo. You're right. Okay, so we've gone, this is number 6. This is the Green Dragon Tavern. We need to go down one more. We are still in the Shire, Christian. What we've managed to do is give the key to Lobelia and walk to a location not appearing in the book. The Great Roads Goods is where this next building coming up on the left. Oops. Let's go back and pick up that text box again. This is a PC conversion, Duncan. But to be honest with you, I think that there are a lot of PC role-playing games that have this sort of feel to it. I mean, even to somebody like me who didn't play PC role-playing games, coming into something like Ultima, it's not this bad, but it's getting there, you know? Okay. Like when we played Ultima 5, I was nearly as lost. Now, of course, I was having more fun with Ultima 5 because there was more to do. This is what I think of when I think about, you know, PC role-playing from the late 80s, early 90s, for sure. That's the Green Dragon, so it must be the next one. Yeah, small shop. Okay, enter. Something that I think has struck me as quite funny is I didn't realize until like this last go through of Lord of the Rings that Barleyman is actually Butterbur's first name. I thought that Barleyman was his job title. Because like Barleyman, he's a guy that sells beer. Like barley junk, you know. But no, I guess that's his given name. It was like he was supposed to be an innkeeper. Now, it could be that I'm wrong, but I think that that's correct. Frodo, what do you think? As our resident Lord of the Rings expert. Okay, we've made it to this guy. It's time to do some business. Talk. I'm not close enough to talk, but I don't think I can get any closer. Oh, I've got to close the menu. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, okay. There's an invisible wall. I walked into the fire. Okay. I think I'm close enough to talk to this guy now. This is just like Ultima 5, where they give you a parser and it makes it more confusing. Okay, please show me your wares. Listen, Jolly. Okay, maybe I have to use the take command. Let's try that. I believe this might be my food level. We'll just load up. Yeah, I saw that too, Pix. I imagine I'll be watching quite a bit of that to form some sort of opinion about the overall story arc of the game, although I believe that I have seen quite enough to form a general opinion about how the gameplay mechanics work. I admire the man who did the 23-part Let's Play series. That takes dedication. Okay. So now all we need to do is continue on. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to... Oh, I can't... Oh, it's because I'm using the wrong key. Okay, we'll save our state here. I'm going to go up to the Brandywine Bridge just to see what happens. Really? That's the animated version, right? Pix? I've rented that and have not yet watched it. Like the last 3 movies Eep and I have started to watch, we haven't finished. We started watching Kung Fu Hustle and just kind of got tired, and then when the rental expired. We started watching Ocean's 11 the other night and watched half of it, and then it's just like, yeah, we could keep watching this or we could go to bed, and then we just forget about it. I think I'm starting to rub off on her in my impatience with movies. Okay. Making our way up. Man, I mean, think about all of the distance we've traversed just making one cardinal movement. It boggles the mind. Okay, so this should be the last house before the bridge. No, I take it back. We're going to have to make one more upward motion before the bridge. I can imagine Aaron's going to have some thoughts about this game. Well, at least it has that jaunty soundtrack to keep you entertained as you're traversing the territory, right? This is a 3-disc affair. Actually, I'm going to say as soon as I run out of movement points, I'll do a save state right here because this is a good place. If we do die here, we can cut straight down to the Bucklebury Ferry. Bucklebury. Man, I must have clicked a lot. Okay. Save state. We made it to nightfall, the perfect time to cross the Brandywine Bridge. Oh, nope. Gotta go back, read that. That's not good. So I'm guessing that that means that we need to go back. So we will load our state and continue down to get Mary, go to Buckland Hall, get the key, go into the Old Forest. Old Forest to Barrow Downs. Barrow Downs to Tom Bombadil. Old Forest to get enveloped by the tree. Then Tom Bombadil. Then Barrow Downs. Then Tom Bombadil again. Then Bree. Oh, that's good to know, Pix. I'm playing this on an emulated 1200, so I can tell you that processor speed probably doesn't affect the speed of this game. Yeah, we can basically just rock it on down. Oh, look at this. We're practically running now. I'm holding down the mouse button. So maybe that's the secret. Yeah. So I take it back, guys. They really want you to hold the mouse button down, not click per move, but hold the mouse button down. That really makes a big difference. So it's good that I've kept playing this game, because you can fairly move along at a pretty good clip now. Okay, that's yep, we want that bridge. Yeah, the map is in the, earlier in the chat I posted the instruction book, and the instruction book has the map in it. Why can I not cross this bridge? Oh, it's because I've got the wrong guy selected, yeah. Okay, yeah. I apologize, guys. That's totally my fault. Now they're strutting. Okay, so now we need to talk to Mary. We need to recruit Mary. Nope, sorry. Make sure Mary is with us. Okay. Yeah, and it doesn't automatically, like, the problem I was having before with the text boxes did not happen when you hold down the mouse button. So. You do have to kind of go one pixel by pixel. There we go. If that's Lobelia going to arrest us again, that's not good. Do I need to be closer? Really? Yeah, that would be nice. Okay. Well, I can't get rid of the ghost unless you let me in the house. Maybe the house is a let's go over here. Maybe it's somewhere else on the compound. Well, we can't get in to defeat the ghost unless you let us in to defeat the ghost. There, I see the ghost. See him over there? Any ideas, guys? Defeat the ghost. She said no one gets in until you defeat the ghost. I just don't know how we can defeat the ghost from without. Oh, is that a hole in the wall? No, it's a shrub. Let's talk to her one more time. There's a ghost in the library and no one gets in till it goes away. And then if you say ghost, she doesn't tell you anything. And I don't really have a way to, like, I don't have an offensive weapon, so you'd think, like, well, maybe you can cut that branch. But, oh. Well. Yeah, I guess I can attack the ghost somehow. Sorry, just texting Eep. Oh, I don't know. Maybe attack the ghost from the front. Yeah, maybe I don't have what I need yet. But the problem is that I'm supposed to be... Let me look inside here. Oh, you know what? I see my mistake. We need to go back across the ferry. Which I guess we need to cut across the way here. Oh no, we're stuck. In the northeast, you can see the white walls of Brandy Hall. What's 12? Oh, 12's Farmer Maggot. So yeah, well, I'm glad it said that, because that's where we need to go. Okay, well, the problem is that when you go to your party members, so let's go with like Pippin. It doesn't, there's no way to, all right, so go to here. Oh. Okay, I guess, no, stop. Okay, I guess we're back to Frodo. Okay. No, we got to make Pippin the leader. And then look at his inventory. No, we can't. He does. I guess he doesn't have anything. Try Mary. We'll try Sam. No. Looks like Frodo's the only guy that's got anything. And Frodo's only got the ring. Oh, maybe we can use the ring. So we're going to choose Frodo. Okay. Frodo's going to wear the ring. Okay, Frodo's invisible. Now, of course, I can't see exactly where Frodo is. Do I need to dismiss my other guys? Can I even do that? Let's see, dismiss, Pippin, Mary. And then we'll choose Frodo as our leader. Okay, Frodo is invisible, I think. Or no, he's right there. He's not invisible. Oh, sorry. Use Oh no, he's there. Oh, I can't dismiss Sam. No, I can. He was just the party leader before. So now, talk, dismiss Sam. Okay. Now, as Invisible Frodo, I shall defeat the ghost. Okay, now that I'm inside the house, I can take the ring off. Standing. Where is my pipe? Okay. So my guess is that we've got to go to Farmer Maggot's house and get a pipe, bring the pipe back to the ghost, etc. So I think that we figured out sort of, this is an idea of what Lord of the Rings is. I'm just glad that we were able to do something other than mindlessly wonder about the Shire, you know? So I think this is a good place to stop. You know, we've gone on a great journey together. I'm glad that you're here with me at the end of all things. So I will see you guys later on down the line. Thanks, Frodo, for sticking it out. Pixels, Wing Chun, Picard. I will see you guys later on down. Actually, I'll see you on Friday if I'm not streaming again. So see you guys later. Adios.